Welcome to Technically Speaking, the podcast of all things going on at Capital Area Technical Center here in Augusta, Maine. Today I'm joined by Ryan Brunelle, who's going to tell us a little bit about his experience in the Auto Tech program for the past couple of years. But first of all, before you do, I want to ask you what school you go to and what grade you're in.
I go to Coney and I'm a senior.
Oh, congratulations. That's an exciting time. Not
Super.
a couple more months.
I think May.
Yeah.
June, somewhere around there.
Yeah. And I have to say, you are the first person that I've had on since masks have become optional. So,
Ooh.
I know.
First face.
First base. Pretty exciting. And they started, masks came when you were a sophomore.
I think so.
So how's it been now that it's optional?
Nice, not having to wear them.
Yeah.
Just walk around. It's kind of weird though, like seeing people's faces and stuff.
That you haven't seen for a couple of years.
Yeah, it's weird. Everybody's all grown up and like nobody saw it. It's weird.
Oh, cool. I wanted to get your perspective on it. I was interested. All right. So, this is your second year in the Auto Tech program.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So you're an excellent one to tell us a little bit about what's a typical day like in there.
So it starts with like an hour in the classroom and you're just talking about anything that comes up. Like if somebody has an issue with their car, he'll talk about that and how to fix it. So the first hour is just sitting at the desk doing stuff. Sometimes you'll have a test. And then the second hour is everything's in the shop. So sometimes he has customer cars that come in that you have to work on. And then other times it's student cars, people in the class. And so there's constantly like stuff to do.
Oh, so that's a nice balance. So you get like half kind of knowledge and then half practice of what you learn. Oh,
Exactly.
that is very cool. So what have you learned in the past year and a half that you've been in there?
Too much to even recall, but the first year, like the first three things that you study were like brakes, tires, and then safety would be the top three of the first year.
Which safety is really important.
Right, you're dealing with lifts and heavy cars that if they fall, you could not live.
Yeah, that is scary.
So you definitely have to do a lot of safety stuff before you can even get under a car or even walk around in the classroom.
Did you realize that there was so many dangers in working in an auto shop?
No.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there that can definitely kill you. And if you don't know how to use it, you probably shouldn't use it. So it's definitely good to have Mr. Hart because he teaches us how to use it safe. And there hasn't been any problems. So
Now,
far.
I thought you were going to say there was stuff that could hurt you, but you said kill you.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, you have to do safety training and get certified, and like SP2, the safety certification is what we do.
And that's a national certification that would help you probably get a job.
Yeah, they have a lot of certifications in there that help you get a job. Like the brake ASE one, I'm pretty sure is a student level, but that can help you get jobs right out of high school.
Oh, definitely. That's great. It's a time of the year when students are signing up for programs, thinking about what they're going to do next year. What kind of student do you think is excels in your class that you would recommend to take the class?
People that are willing to get like their hands dirty to save money, I would say. If you're not willing to get dirty, it's not a good class. You're going to get dirty. But if you want a future in the automotive business also, that'd be a really good class because there's a lot of stuff that Mr. Hart can help you with. Just like he's been in the business for years, he knows everybody in it, so he has a way that he could probably help you.
Yeah, great connections, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure he does. We're really lucky. I recently had my car in there. I had brought it to a couple different shops and they couldn't fix it.
Yep.
They said they couldn't get the part, and in 24 hours, Mr. Hart had the part, and
He knows them. He knows how to do that type of stuff. He knows where to get parts and who to call.
yeah, we're very lucky to have him. I think you've learned from someone that has a ton of knowledge.
Yeah, definitely. He's probably forgot more than most people know.
I love it. And I think too, like, I'm glad you brought up the fact that, you're going to get dirty in that class, because we have had students in the past that has really turned them off. So I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah.
Because students, you need to wear jeans in there, right?
Yeah.
Work boots.
It's closed-toed shoes, and you have to have pants and sleeves. You can have short sleeves, but probably better to have short sleeves because there is tools that spin. You don't want to get your sleeves caught up in it, but.
Right, and it goes back to what you said about safety, so you don't
Right.
I was going to say get hurt, but you said get killed. So.
Well, if you listen to Mr. Hart, you won't die. But there's we have to wear safety glasses. Like anytime we stand up, the first thing we do is go get glasses.
Oh, good, good. Well, yeah, you only have one set of eyes, I always
Right.
say. For sure, for
Hard to
sure.
replace.
You know, the other thing that amazes me too is like the cars now are just like driving a computer.
Big time. Which is why it's a good time to get into the business, because as the cars are changing, they're going to need technicians that know how to fix Teslas now and fix cars that nobody's ever seen. So, good time to get in and make money.
Yeah, and I think the other thing it shows me is that it's not like it's not so easy. You know, when I say that no one could, you know, I couldn't find a shop to be able to fix my car, it's not easy. Like,
It blew me away once I learned even the basics of a car, how they run every day without a problem. It's crazy how much stuff that even if a little crack was in something, it wouldn't work. It's just crazy.
very complicated. And the other thing that I did watch Mr. Hart work on my car and do the job. It was, now I can't remember what it was. Oh gosh, but it was like a puzzle. You know, like he took the pieces off, and then they had to fit in just as tight when you put them back in. And remember, oh yeah, you're smiling because you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts on the car like that. Like the timing of valves and stuff has to be perfect. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy.
And Mr. Hart just knows all of it. I don't know how, but he does.
And I think probably like the methods, like he was very methodical about taking one piece off at a time and knowing which way. So that must apply to a lot of it.
Yeah, a lot of people put it down on the table how they take it apart so that they see in the order that it came off. That's
Yeah.
probably what he was doing.
It was real eye-opening to me too, just to be able to watch him work and you students work.
He pulls out like tools that I've never even seen before that are on carts that just, it's crazy the stuff that he has that I didn't even know about.
Awesome.
I didn't even know there was tools that could do the stuff he has, but there is.
So I know we were talking the other day, you're kind of undecided about what you're still making plans for after you graduate.
Right.
But I think you would agree with me that the auto tech, you don't have any regrets about taking it because you're always going to own a car.
Right. That's probably the biggest thing. Anybody that has a car should take that class if you want to save money, because it's expensive to get stuff worked on, and it's getting expensive to drive a car in general. So it'd be nice to save yourself money and be able to do that maintenance that you need to do.
Definitely, and or if you have to bring it to a shop, know what they're talking about when they, you know, rattle off all the things that you need done to your car.
Yeah.
Because I think people might agree with me that at times they have felt ripped off when they
Right.
bring their car to
That's like the classic thing you hear.
Yeah.
The mechanics will tell you something's broken that's not broken. But
Yes, and I felt that way in the past. I wish I knew a little bit more about
yeah, if you took
vehicles.
2 years of that class, you wouldn't have any questions, I'd say. It's taught me a lot.
That's awesome. So even if at some point you decide to go in that direction, you'll have a great base.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
I think that's a good direction to go to, a good way to see cool cars if you like that type of thing.
Definitely. I do like cars.
Mr. Hart showed me a lot of pictures of his friends that he just gathered a bunch of car guys over his lifetime. He just has a bunch of friends with cool cars, and you can see that too.
Oh,
Who knows,
excellent.
maybe their car will come into the shop.
That's right. That's right. Well, I do remember when you guys had a Tesla in.
I don't think I was there.
You
for
were,
that.
that was the coolest thing. But, I mean, it was all controlled by your phone.
Yeah, those things can park themselves. They can drive themselves. It's crazy.
I know, like you said, imagine what's going to be like in a few years. Vehicles.
It'll be insane.
For sure. For sure.
Can't even imagine.
Well, Ryan, I appreciate you coming down and spending a few minutes with me and telling people about the Auto Tech program, and hopefully, you know, someone that might be looking at the program or having their know a student that would be a good fit can learn from this. So appreciate it, and thank you for watching another episode of Technically Speaking. And if you like this episode, I hope you'll subscribe to our channel so you'll always know what's going on at our school.